Hello, everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of the MS Word tutorial. So, now we are on our chapter number 4, where we'll be learning about alignment in MS Word. Okay, so we'll learn how you will be able to do the alignment in MS Word. We're gonna learn about all of this here in this particular chapter. So, let's not waste time and let's get started. So over here on my screen, as you guys can see now, I'm here in the home page of MS Word. Now let's create up a new document right over here. Okay. So as you guys can see that I do have created up a document. If I just go to the layout and let's say I will just bring it a bit down over here. And now let's go again to my home tab. And as you guys can see right over here, I do have the alignment options. Okay. So over here now, let's say if I type something, let's say I will just type the class topic. So in our last class, we already do have learned that how you will be able to change the font type. Let's say if I come here, I am going to change the font style from here, and also I'm going to change the size. Okay. But now here, if you just come up a little bit on this particular side, you guys will see that I do have this particular option. Well, this is known as the left alignment. Okay, as you guys can see now on the left hand side of my page, my things which I do have written is being aligned. But the same way, let's say I am fixing a topic for my document, and always I want my topic to be in the center. So in that case, I can just align it back in the center. And also, let's say if I do want it onto the right, if I want to align it onto the right hand side of my page, I will just come here and I will just click on align right. Well, all these things do have an shortcut as well. Okay, so if you want to align in the center, you guys can click on uh, Control and E. So if you just come here, click Control E, here you guys can see that it's being aligned on the center. And the same way, if you want to align it towards the right hand side, if you just click on Control and R, here you guys can see you are aligning on the right hand side. And again, if you want to align it to the left, Control L from your keyboard, and now you're aligning on the left hand side. So here, like these are the three main options, which is aligning to the right, aligning to the center, and aligning to the left, aligning to the center, and aligning to the right. Okay. And now you also do have these options, which is known as justify. Okay. So you guys will understand about this particular options in a better way if I show you guys it in a sample document. So I'll just come here. I will just go to the file tab. From the file tab, let's go to open. Let's click on browse. Let's go to my desktop file over here. Let's go to my resource file, and I do have this sample. Let's open this particular sample Word document. Okay. So as you guys can see now, I do have this particular sample document right over here, which contains of a lot of pages. Okay, so it does have a lot of pages in which I will be showing you guys. So for that now, let's come over here on top. Okay, so let's come over here, and now let's say if I just come to this particular place, or let's say I will just select all of that. And from here, now, if you want me to justify, here you guys can see, now I can basically justify all of these lines right over here. Okay. So in many cases, if I will let it remain it. If I align it onto the left, here you guys can see that this particular paragraph is not looking that great because some of the words are ending over here, some of the words are ending over here, some are ending over here, and all. So alignment on the right hand side when the word is finishing is not the same. Okay, but the same way in any paragraph, if I go and if I just click on justify, here you guys can see the left hand side of my paragraph and the right hand side of my paragraph is being justified quite well. Okay, so we need to understand about justification right over here. And the shortcut key for justifying your paragraph is Control plus J from your keyboard. Okay, so that's about it. And now here we do have this particular option known as line and paragraph spacing. Okay, so if you do want to come over here now, if you want to do some spacing in between, let's say let's come right over here, and here you guys can see the spacing between my lines, what all I do have selected inside my paragraph. Here you guys can see, you guys can increase it and you guys can decrease it accordingly. Okay, so if you do 1.3 or if you do 1.2 or if you do 1.2.5, you guys can choose that accordingly, like the way or how much ever you guys want. Okay, so that's about it. And also now let's try to see more options over here, which is line spacing options, add space before paragraph, remove space after paragraph options. Okay, so if I just go here onto the line spacing options, here you guys can see that in the first tab inside this paragraph option, here you do have the option called indents and spacing. Okay, so over here, first thing first, they will ask you that what kind of alignment you're using. Like, do you want to align it to the right, or to the center, to the left, or you want it justified over here? Here you guys can see. And also, they are going to ask you about the outline level. Okay, so what is the level of outline you're looking for the text over here? Okay, and also, here you do have the option of indentation. Okay, like if you want the start of your paragraph a more inside, from more inside, you guys can just increase the left indentation. If you want more inside from the right hand side, you guys can increase the right indentation. Okay, and also if you want to increase the spacing, you guys can see here on this particular box, you guys can basically check out the preview of how it will look once you make those changes. Okay, and also here you do have the after option if you do want to increase it or if you do want to decrease it over here, and you guys can see the line spacing. Okay, you guys can also choose the line spacing all by itself from here. Okay, and once you are done, otherwise if you can check this line and page breaks as well. Okay, and if you're done, just click on OK, and here that will basically be applied. Okay, so just come over here, and if you want to add a space before paragraph or add a space after paragraph, you guys can basically put up a space after paragraph or before the paragraph. Okay, so that is about this particular option of line spacing. And now the same way, if you just keep your cursor in any of this paragraph, and if you want to decrease the indent, you guys can basically decrease or increase the indent right over here. So as you guys can see now, I am indenting from the left hand side. Okay, as you guys can see, from the left hand side, I'm moving it towards the right. So here you guys can see this is how you guys can work with the indentation, like you're increasing And also over here, if you want to decrease the indent, you guys can just click over here and it will basically decrease the indent accordingly. Okay. So over here, that's about it. And let's say if you do have some word and you want to make it according to letter. Okay. So for that, let's come here into this particular document. Let's select this one and I'll just put this one centrally. Let's click on enter. Let's align it to the left. And now, let me just come here and I will just go with D, S, F, G, and now let's come here and let's try to select all of this. And if I try to sort it out, okay, so let's come here and I want to sort it out over here. And here now you guys can see it has sorted this thing accordingly. Okay. So before after A I did put S, but now here you guys can see it had sorted itself according to the alphabetical order. So this is how you guys can use these sorting options. And after that here you do have the show and hide option. If you do want to hide this, you guys can hide this as well. Okay. And next we do have the shading. Like if you want to use the shading, you guys can come here and basically shade the whole part. And also over here, if you do want to shade a particular color, you guys can come here and you guys can basically shade a particular place as well. Let's say, let's come here, and that is how you guys can basically shade out a particular place from here. And at the same way, if you just select all of this, okay, if you do want to select all this, and if you just go with white colors here, you guys can do out the same. Let's come here and also just go with the white colors, right, like this. Okay, so that was about the shading option. And here you do have the borders option as well. Okay, so for that, let's come to the sample file in which we guys were working on. Let's say over here now I want to give border to a particular paragraph or to a particular sentence. So for that, what I can do is I can come here, I can just select that particular word. And from there, now here you guys can see that how you want to put border. Like, do you want to put border on bottom? Do you want to put a border on top? Do you want to put a border on the left or right? There you guys can see. And if you want to put all borders, like all on the sides, like left, right, bottom, and top, you guys can do that. And also sometimes if you do want to put these outside borders or inside borders, it totally depends. Like if you do have content inside a table, in that case, or in a order where you want to put it inside a table, there you guys can basically use all borders. Okay, and here you do have these inside horizontal border. If you do have content on both sides, like on the left hand side of the page as well as the right hand side, and there is no margin in between, you guys can use the vertical border as well. Okay, and at the same time, if you want to view the grid lines or if you want to draw a table, you guys can also do that. And if you want to check out the border shading, you guys can come here and you guys can also do that from here as well. You guys can check what kind of border you guys are looking for. You guys can select what is going to the page border, how the shading is going to be. Okay, you guys can basically select all of that. And also you guys can select the color and the style of the border, the width of the border as well. And once you're done, you guys can just click on OK and it will be done. Okay. So yeah, I hope this particular class was clear. So I hope to see you all in the next chapter where we're gonna learn more about MS Word. So see you all in the next chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye, everyone.